Hey everyone, back at the AMR conference, the fall conference, 2025, in beautiful Addison, Illinois, right near outside of Chicago. So we are here with Joe Ledford. He's the managing director of Devon Industries. So they're equipment manufacturers. They manufacture equipment for the quick lube industry, but with a lot of other products. But instead of me trying to figure it out, let's just ask him. He probably knows. So, Joe, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get here, the managing director at Devon? You know, how long have you been in the aftermarket industry, et cetera?
So I started my career in the automotive industry with Valvoline and spent 21 years at Valvoline.
Oh, wow.
And through that, I know the ownership of Devon Industries, and they reached out about 4 years ago.
Oh, no kidding.
And asked me if I would be interested in coming to lead that organization. And
wow.
It's just turned out to be a great situation for both of us.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So 21 years with any company, you got a fresh new, right? You know, I understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's fantastic. So a lot of experience in the quick lube industry for sure.
Correct. Yes.
21 years with Jiffy Lube.
Operational and well, with Valvoline.
Valvoline, yeah.
A lot of operational experience. So as I was telling the group in there during our segment, I still think a lot, probably more so as an operator than I do as a seller of equipment these days.
Okay, that's awesome. So for those that may not know Devon Industries, we probably have some shop owners that don't know what Devon Industries. Can you share just a little bit about your mission and how your products fit into the daily life of a repair shop?
Sure, absolutely. So Devon was started back in 1988 by a few independents. They operated that business until about roughly about 8 to 10 years ago when the current ownership purchased it. And at that time, they were kind of meeting the new niche market for quick lube with doing catwalks and selling other equipment that a quick lube might need. So today, that's, you know, our mission is to really kind of be A to Z type of provider for primarily quick lube, but we have a lot of products that cross over into the other automotive segments like lifts and fluid tanks that we, while we may not manufacture, we will distribute other fluid tanks, other things you might need like guns. We'll sell the guns, but we also manufacture the different type of racks that you might want to organize all those different products on. So really, as I said, kind of an A to Z from the pit, the catwalks, to the top side where it's your podiums, and we even will get into some custom fabrication for some things that if folks have an idea of a need, we're willing to go in there and see what we can do with it.
Okay, awesome. So technicians depend on tools and equipment, you know, to perform every time. Mm-hmm. You know, so they're trying to get the cars out. So how does Devon ensure durability and reliability in the products that you guys are bringing to market?
Yes, we spend a lot of time on our quality control process, and it's important, you know, when you're spending that kind of money, it needs to last.
Right.
So that's a very important aspect of what we do. It kind of a short anecdotal example of that is we actually had someone who bought a catwalk that Devon had installed back in 1990. And they called us asking us for directions on how to reassemble this thing. And while we didn't necessarily have step-by-step instructions, we were able to work with this particular individual and help him get this piece of equipment that was now 30 some odd years old and get it reinstalled back into a shop for him. And it was still very, very functional at that point. So that's kind of the thing that we strive to do, especially with the things that we manufacture ourselves.
Right. Okay. So just as an aside, it's not on my question list here, but where do you see the industry going? I've been asking everybody this because Personally, the EVs I think are just environmental disaster from A to Z. It's not about green. It's not the green deal as in like grass and trees. It's the green deal. You know, the cars are worthless after 8 years or something like that. I don't know. Where do you think it's going? I'm hoping personally for hydrogen. We already have the internal combustion engines, right?
Exactly.
We've already got all the stations. We just got to figure out how to safely transport it and put it in cars without it blowing up. But I mean, hydrogen is the answer. But we just have to figure out how, because water vapor comes out of our tailpipes. And just to let you know, what most people have been telling me is the hybrid.
I think the hybrid is probably the best answer out there today.
Right now, with today's infrastructure.
Now.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
We get another extra 50 miles out of a gallon of gas.
And so therefore you're reducing the carbon footprint right there.
Right. Without changing infrastructure, without bringing up bazillion tons of...
Trying to totally reinvent the industry. I agree with you that I think EV, it tends to be more of a novice niche market, I think, to a certain extent. And a lot of that is because, you know, the car may last longer, but when the battery has a much shorter lifespan than the vehicle,
right.
there is a problem there that I'm not sure that all the EV owners maybe knew or expected up front.
Right.
So I think that's where we are in the stage of EVs, is right now you have a little bit of, maybe folks experience a little bit of buyer's remorse because they didn't understand everything that they were getting into. Also, I do tend to think that, you know, if it's going to be about the carbon footprint, when you look at things, there's a TED Talks segment out there that talks about EVs and their true carbon footprint. So when you look at it through the mining, yeah, it's not good at all. When you look at through the mining of all these rare earth minerals, there is a point where the EV actually has a higher carbon footprint.
Yeah.
And it never truly, it may reach a break-even point even with combustible, but at the point you have to, you know, install a new battery, well, you've started the carbon cycle all over again.
Yep.
So I tend to agree with you. I think hydrogen is probably the technology of the future. I don't understand it all, but I understand that they're able to harvest a tremendous amount of energy through that.
Yep.
And once they learn better on how they can store it
and
how
transport
they
it. Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's probably the technology of the future. I think Toyota already has even some heavy-duty trucks that are out there running on hydrogen now. So that's what I kind of look for.
Yeah, I know they're experimenting with it.
Yeah.
So, thanks. I just thought I'd toss that question in. So, partnerships with the industry. How does Devon Industries collaborate with the shop owners? Because that's who we do business with. We're a digital marketing agency for auto repair shop owners. You know, and the technicians, of course, because they use your products to better understand their needs and continuously, you know, improve your offerings like we all have to do or we die, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So how's your company doing that?
You know, we have having been in business since 1988, we have a lot of longstanding customers, and we're able to interact with them in such a way, whether it's events like this or it's other industry events. If it's even through just simple phone calls, we'll have folks call up and say, you know, hey, this is the problem I'm having. Do you have an answer for that? Whether it's our equipment or not, because again, we do a lot of the what we do is distribute other people's equipment so that you only have to call one place to get an all-in-one answer. So I would say our best thing is really our communication with our existing customer base. We have some large clients, we have small clients, so we understand it from both the standpoint of the very large customer that wants something that's very repeatable, as well as maybe the independent that maybe is calling about something that's a little more nuanced and specific to their situation. But we always want to have those conversations, and we always get great feedback, and we value those relationships and how we look to move our business forward, which is, it's kind of the way we ended up being in the EVAC business to begin with.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Speaking about forward, how about future focus? Looking ahead, what trends or changes in the automotive service industry are influencing Devon's product development and the company's direction?
Yeah, I would say right now there's not been a lot that has changed our direction as far as new products per se. Where we have had to really kind of expand, I think as the EV thing began to die down, there has been, over the last 6 years, a lot more new quick lubes built across the U.S. And we've had to expand in order to meet that kind of demand.
Keep up with that demand.
Yeah. Being an all-in-one, we're trying to do a soup to nuts on a brand new store, so that we're the only ones that have to be in there on a new construction, and then it's turned over and ready to go for operations. So for us, it's been where 4 years ago we were operating out of a 50,000 square foot warehouse, and today we've had to purchase a second 50,000 square foot warehouse. We're leasing another 12,000 square foot warehouse, and we're having to do things that will make us just more efficient to be able to keep up with that demand. We even had to significantly upgrade our powder coating to keep up with all this. So we've just in the last 30 days undergone a massive renovation of our powder coating unit so that we could triple our capacity through that.
So how much of these products are manufactured here in the U.S.?
So the vast majority are manufactured in the U.S. I think some of the items that we distribute, they may have parts. There might be some assembly outside of that. I can't really speak for other companies, but as far as our Devon products, the vast majority are actually all manufactured and fabricated in the U.S.
Wow.
The only exception being we have a couple of lifts that we do have to get manufactured in China, just simply because China dominates the manufacturing process for lifts, and if anyone listening knows of a lift manufacturer in the U.S. that would be willing to take on some new projects, we would certainly be willing to chat with those folks, because it has been an initiative of ours to even move that manufacturing to the U.S.
Yeah, it wasn't a problem before. I mean, Apple was there, everybody was there. They were the manufacturing hub until they took all of the profits they made from manufacturing and started to create a war machine that would threaten us. So anyway, that's nice to know that you are open to
not just open, we are seeking.
Seeking, you're actually actively looking.
Yes.
All right, that's awesome. And it's really good to know that you kept the major majority of the manufacturing here. What stuff you couldn't, you go overseas.
Absolutely.
Same here. I mean, most of my staff are in Philippines, they're in South Africa, they're in New Zealand and Nigeria. I mean, my staff's all global, So anyway, Joe, really appreciate your time today, taking time out of the conference to come and visit with us. So I look forward to seeing you again.